Hey everyone, welcome to my channel and happy December. We have 1 month left till 2019 and we're thinking about our outfits for the holidays. So I thought it would be a good idea to film a holiday makeup tutorial. So today I'm gonna show you makeup I created and it was inspired by Christmas. I hope you guys like it and let's just jump right in. As you guys see more videos from me, I'm gonna try to mix it up, use some higher end brands and some pharmacy brands, because I think that you don't always have to spend a crazy amount of money to have good makeup. So today I'm gonna be using Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse Airbrush Finish in color Honey Beige. So I really love this formula because it's just like, it honestly just lasts all day. It doesn't dry out my skin like crazy and it's not super oily. What I like to start with is putting three little squirts on my beauty blender, and then I just start dotting along my face. What you're gonna do is just blend all of that out into your skin. So that's that. I'm gonna add just one more layer. Just squirt out like 2 little dots here because it's a holiday look, and so I like to be just a little bit more caked up.
Any ideas?
Pat that on because I feel like sometimes when you just slide across your face, it gives you like harsh lines and the product just tends to stay in one place, as to like where the patting your face kind of like just blends it a little bit more evenly. I mean, you could do a combination of both, which is what I like to do. Usually I like to use my NARS concealer in color medium ginger, and I am running out, so I'm gonna mix this up with a pharmacy brand, but I like to use this a little bit as a base because this specific concealer kind of just stays nicely on your skin and it's a little bit heavier. So I think a little like the heavy with the light combination is definitely, it's gonna help each other. It's gonna help like pick up more of this product, if that makes any sense. I got as much as I could from there. So on top of that, because I'm running out, like I mentioned, I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline concealer Instant Age Rewind, also in medium. And then I think this one is just slightly lighter, so you might not want to put as much. And the consistency of this is a little bit looser and lighter. Then you're gonna go ahead and blend that in. And typically I don't really do this part until last, but because I look tired and I don't want you looking at my bags throughout this whole video, I'm just gonna do this first. I'll explain why I do this after my eyeshadow later on. Before you start putting on eyeshadow, I don't have any eyeshadow primer, so I just put concealer on my eyelids and I blend it in using this flat Real Techniques concealer brush to blend out that concealer on your eyelid, so then you can put on your eyeshadow. Done. I'm gonna start with my eyeshadow, which to me is the funnest part. So to begin, I'm gonna start with the crease of my eye, and I'm gonna be using the Tarte Clay Play palette. This is just a neutral palette and it comes with some contour colors as well. And I really love this palette because it has a big mirror, and it's just perfect for when you want to go, when you're on vacation or just need just like a go-to nude palette. It's kind of perfect. So I'm going to be using the color Journey in my inner crease, and kind of go a little bit up towards your brow bone. Not all the way up, but just follow along that guide. As you can see, it's already starting to give your eye a little bit more definition, and I just really love this color. It's like a mauve. The next one I'm going to be doing is the outer part of my eye, and I'm going to be using the Electric palette by Urban Decay. This is kind of an old palette, and I mean, it's probably expired by now, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'm going to be using this, and it's totally fine. You can use whatever you have. What I like to start doing is wetting my brush, so you can keep a cup of water near you, and then I just like use a paper towel and dry it out a little bit in case there's any extra color around there that you want to take out from your brush. When you dip your brush in the color, you don't want it to be super wet. So I'm going to be using the color Fringe, which is like a blue-green, and I'm just going to go along, like follow the end of my brow and sort of like give myself a wing. And then I'm going to start filling the inner part. I'm going to start filling the inner part of it towards the middle, and also going in my crease. But also try to keep a wing shape. So on the outside, just kind of like make a line towards your brow. And then you're going to go ahead and do the same thing to your other eye. So now you're going to take the brush that came with the Electric palette, which is this sort of like detail brush. It has like a smaller tip and then a more fuller tip. And what I do is just take the small end detail part, and I'm gonna take the shade Revolt, which is it's just more sparkle more than anything, more glitter, and I'm gonna go over that inner part of my eye and work my way on top of the blue in the middle section of my eye. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here. Don't you guys just love holidays? Like, you can just be a ball of glitter. So now you're already looking like Christmas. And then you're going to go ahead and do that with the other eye. Alright, as you can see over here, like the top, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it kind of went a little bit over than what I wanted to. So I'm just going to fix that with the concealer. And just go over it again with the other color that I used for my crease. And then I'm going to go back in with that same color Journey with a blending brush. This one is by Crown Brush number SS021. And I'm going to go over that. And I kind of like this because it kind of ties in all these funky colors together. And just go a little bit closer to your brow on this, and then you're gonna fix it after and use like a lighter white to define your brows when we get to that part. But for right now, you can get close to your brow, and then just try not to go on top of that glitter part because you don't want to like mess up all the work that you did. For this next part, we're gonna go back to using our electric palette, and we're gonna use the color, oh, what color is this? I can't see. Oh, we're gonna go use the color Thrash. So this is just like a lime slime green, and what you're gonna do with this is you're gonna give yourself a little bit of like an eyeliner line. And so you don't really have to like rub it so much. You can just kind of like pat along your the edge of your eye. And I wet my brush. You don't want to wet it too much, so just, you know, continue to dry it a little bit out. Like, you want it wet so it can pick up the pigment a little bit better, and so it can be a little bit more dramatic. And then go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. Just, it's like giving yourself green eyeliner. And this look reminds me of like the pine trees and the Grinch. Like, it's just so green, like Christmas, like the natural colors of Christmas. So this is the part where you would put your concealer on, because before you put your under eye, any under eye details that you want to do, I kind of like it for it to sit on top of my concealer as opposed to the concealer sit on top of the eyeshadow. And any mistakes that you might have done on the outer part, you can fix with the concealer. I'm just going and using some more because I'm extra tired today and I have extra darker circles and bags. And then just follow like the edge of your nose, and then as a base with the excess that's on the beauty blender, just go down your nose and just pat a little on your forehead and on your chin. Just also make sure that it's super blended out because you don't want to look like a freaking ghost. Like, you don't want to look like the ghost of Christmas past. So I'm gonna go in with the color, back in with the color Journey, and I'm gonna use this e.l.f. eyeshadow brush to line the inner part of my under eye, and that is gonna also kind of bring all the colors together. Since you already have this on your crease, it's just, all it's doing is kind of complementing the greens and bringing your bottom and your top eye like all into one eye, one big beautiful eye. And then I'm gonna go in with the color Onyx, which is like a dark, I'm gonna go in with the color Onyx, which is like a dark brown, and I'm gonna just use it on the outer part of my eye, of my under eye. And then just give the tip of your wing a little bit of shadow. And you don't want it to be like, you don't want anything to be too harsh, so just blend that out a little bit. And that's just gonna give you, it's just gonna give you like a little bit of a darker shadow, so nothing is like just popping out randomly. But you want to be super gentle with this part. Like, you don't need it to be like a black under eyeliner. And just give yourself sort of like a smudge effect under eye with that brown. Do is go in with my Too Faced palette and just use this white up here. I kind of like it better than the Tarte one because it's just a little bit, I don't know, it's just a little bit like of a different undertone. This one's a little bit more pink. It has, not pink, but it has like a undertone that's not like so yellow. And just pick up a lot of that. And just kind of outline your brow. I mean, don't make harsh lines, like just blend it out as much as you possibly can. But the only place that the line should really be harsh is like right underneath your brow. And then with your middle crease, you want to blend it out a little bit more. And then this is just gonna, like, you know, it's gonna give you a more of a finished eye. Alright, so now that that's done, you're gonna use some baking powder for your under eyes before you do your eyebrows. So I like to just, I'm gonna be using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and just put some on your cap. And what I like to do with my blender is just wet it a little bit with setting spray. I don't really know if this is what other people do, but it kind of works for me. Because when I put it with water, for some reason, it just doesn't really like blend. And maybe it's just my beauty blender, because this is kind of just like an extra one, and it's like a cheaper one. It's what I use for my setting powder. So you're just going to pick up a bunch of that product like that, and you're going to go along your under eye, like right under that bit of shadow detail that you did, and just pack on as much as you can. Put some right on your chin and on your forehead. So while that's setting, what you're gonna do is just work on your brows. So I'm gonna be using the Brow by Benefit in the color in number 6, and you're just gonna define your eyebrows. So I just like to line them on the outside first and kind of shape them out a little bit. I mean, I follow like the own shape of my own brow, and then just fill in those spots that look like they just need hair, like where the garden isn't growing in your brows. So once you're done with your brows, you can just blend your powder and just dust it off of your face, and I like to just blend it into my skin. And so what this does is that it kind of just makes you a little more matte, and you're not like, your makeup's not moving around all day, and you know, you're not as like oily. I'm gonna be contouring my face with that Tarte Clay Play. I'm telling you guys, this is such a great palette, I think, for just neutral tones. I'm gonna be using the color Desert and mixing it a little bit with Terracotta, and I'm gonna be using a small contour brush, also by Crown, I think. Yeah, by Crown brush. I don't really do too much the temples, I just kind of do where my hairline starts and then on my jaw. But again, not too crazy on the jaw, just lightly. I only like to do it where my cheekbones are because I don't really have a lot of cheeks. So I just give myself some. Today I won't be putting any eyelashes on, I'm just going to be using my own eyelashes, which is totally fine if you want to put some on. I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect, and I absolutely love this mascara. Like, it just makes you look like you have a ton of lashes. It just doesn't feel like, I really just love it. Like, who said you couldn't have good pharmacy products? I mean, not that I don't love to splurge on like really good stuff, which I definitely do, and I think that when it comes to your skin, you can't be like, you should be super picky, but I think that you also can give other things that aren't so expensive a try. So the last two steps I'm going to be doing is the blush and my highlighter. I'm going to be using Party by Tarte, and I think this was given to me for like my birthday month, or I can't remember, or just by getting enough points. But anyway, it's just like this cute light pink, and I just think because your eyes are already so crazy, it's okay to not add like too much of this, or like nothing that's too dark. After that's done, I'm gonna be going in with my Tarte exposed highlight, and I'm gonna use my fan brush by Morphe. This one is not like super pigmented, so I just like to take on a lot on my brush, lightly go on the edges of my cheeks. For the very last part of this look, I'm going to be using this little liquid lipstick by Tarte. It's called Birthday Suit, and I think this was definitely given to me for my birthday month one year. Maybe, I think it was last year. But it's just a pink color, pink liquid lipstick, and I think it just ties in everything pretty well. I also go back in with my highlighter, and I like to highlight the Cupid's bow of my lips a little. And alright guys, so this is the final look, and I'm not doing my hair today because I'm going to be changing into something that looks better with messy hair. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be posting more holiday makeup tutorials, so please come and watch later on in the month. I hope you guys have an amazing December and you enjoy your holidays. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.